You're looking for your first pair of lifting shoes. I just started wearing some a couple months ago, and I'm gonna show you the differences between these two that I've been using. This is the Apex Power version 2.0 from Avancus and the Radix from Notorious Lift. I like both of these. I use them for different reasons. But first off, do you even need lifting shoes in order to lift? No, I've been wearing just flat shoes like this. This is Olakai. I just like their shoes. They're comfortable for walking and whatever, just going around. And I did my last powerlifting meet in this. I deadlifted 474 pounds. So you can do a lot with just normal shoes. I would suggest if you're using normal shoes, more flats like this versus like some kind of running shoe where it's really cushy and that can make it a little more unstable if you're doing stuff like heavy squats. So which of these should you choose if you're wanting to get them? I'll tell you right off the bat, the Radix is my favorite that I've worn so far. And there's multiple reasons for that. Both of these shoes are $100. So price is the same, no monetary reason to get one over the other. Now, go over the Radix. This shoe, as you can see, is very thin on the bottom. Like it's so flat when you're standing there, it's like I can feel the ground. If you walk over a tiny pebble, you'll feel it in the shoe. And what I really like about that is it's really stable. So when you're doing squats, I'm standing there, I can really feel my toes and my heels all planting into the ground, and I just feel really firm. And the more stable you feel, the more you can lift, because the more stable your body feels, you're able to more fully activate your muscles and get up as much weight as possible. As contrasted to standing on a Bosu ball and trying to do a squat, you're gonna lift a lot less, because when you're unstable, your body's automatically gonna turn off what it's gonna allow you to do, because it's trying not to get itself killed. So it's very useful there. This one, it's still pretty flat. You feel it. It's gonna be way different from your normal shoes. Like if you're wearing something like this, I immediately noticed a difference when I put these on. But there is a little bit more cushion in that. And the reason I still use the Apex version 2 instead of sitting in the back is because of that extra cushion. And the reason why is because personally, I travel a lot for work. And so I only want to take one pair of shoes with me. I'm either wearing my shoes I'm lifting in or going out and doing stuff, or I'm wearing my shoes for work. I don't want to have a bunch of extra stuff in my suitcase because it's heavy and I can't pack as many clothes if I've got a bunch of shoes in there. So with these Apex Power shoes, it's comfortable enough to walk in, because when I go to cities, I like to walk. I tried both these out. I took this on a 9-day trip, the Radix, and I walked almost 40 miles in these. And you can do it, but like I said, there's no cushioning in there. After like day 6 or 7, I could start to feel my feet were getting a little sore quicker after walking a couple miles, and you're feeling everything in the ground, pebbles, whatever, there's no cushioning. Your feet will start to hurt. But with this, that little bit of extra cushioning really helped. I think I've walked maybe 25 miles in these ones and no issues there. It's more comfortable. But then when I'm at the gyms and hotels or wherever I go, I still feel more stable and I feel like I'm getting a better workout than if I was just wearing my regular shoes that I used to take. So these work better overall, and they look more like a normal tennis shoe versus these look kind of funny if you're walking around town wearing your normal clothes with these. So that's more of a personal thing. If you're just wanting to get a pair of shoes, you got a normal job, you just go to the gym, the Radix is what I would suggest. And something else I really like about these is the wide toe box. I don't like it when my toes are pushed together. It's really uncomfortable for me. And both of these shoes have a wide toe box. These are a little bit wider than the Apex Power version 2, the Radix. And it's just really comfortable because I can tighten it up a bunch here. It feels tight on my foot, really stable, but my toes don't feel squished together. I have room to move. And most of the time, I just kind of wear them loosely. When I'm squatting, I don't need them to be really tight because I'm planted flat on the ground. I don't do a very wide stance when I squat. I'm pretty narrow with my feet forward, so they don't move. I just like feeling that good grip in my feet on the ground. But then when I do sumo, I'll tighten them up a little bit more so that there's no play at all. And you know, I'm pushing a little bit towards the outside of the shoe with that sumo stance. And with these things, there's no slippage at all. These stick really well. There have been times, I have a video somewhere, I couldn't find it, but I had lifted, I don't know, over 400 pounds with these. And as I was lifting, my right foot slid a little bit because, you know, look at that. Grip on it is not that great and it's worn out. But with this grip is pretty intense. It's not gonna move. And I noticed it as well when bench pressing. You know, I've learned over the last year or so to really focus on getting the correct, not overdoing it, back arch, but also digging your feet into the ground and using the hip drive with the bench press, and this helps you to do that. You really feel stable. But that's another downside. With the Apex Power, they're not, I mean, they have a good grip, but they're not as good as these. And when I was bench pressing in these, my feet would slide just a little bit. So not the best thing. It's not quite as stable as the Radic shoes, but again, they're still good. That's the only issue I had when lifting was with benching. I could feel if I'm pushing hard, it'll slide a little bit, whereas the Radics, this has not slid at all. I haven't had any problems with this shoe. And this shoe is very similar to the Notorious Lift Sumo Sole shoe. I think something like that, like SSG3 or something like that. But that one is a strap. It's what I tried first. And it was too big of a size, but I didn't really like the way it looked or felt with the strap going over. It felt weird when I did calf raises because then that strap kind of digs into your feet. The laces, you can really control how tight it is and where it's tight. So if I want to make it really tight down here, but looser up here, I could, you know, tighter up here, looser here, however you want. I like the laces better because you can really fine tune how you want the shoe to feel on your foot. The one downside with these is when you are doing something though, like calf raises, I do a lot of calf raises, trying to build up my calves, not just the quads. And since it is so thin when you're doing those calf raises on a calf raise machine and putting a lot of weight there, it starts to hurt the bone in my foot a little bit just because you're really stretching. I mean, it's good because you're getting a good stretch, but that little extra cushion in normal shoes does help some. But I mean, it's a few sets of calf raises, not a big deal. But you know, just little things to point out in case you didn't think about it. But if you're planning to get a pair of lifting shoes, you want to get more stability. You're getting even more serious in the gym, especially if you're into powerlifting. That's the reason I wanted to get some of these shoes to see how much it would help me. I definitely suggest the Radics from Notorious Lift. Again, these Apex version 2, Power version 2 are good too. Just not as good in my opinion as the Radics. And I have links for both of these down in the description. I don't have any discount codes or promos, nothing like that. I'm not sponsored. I just want to share with you what I'm doing, what I'm using, and what has helped me in lifting. So if you have any questions about either of these shoes, post them down below. Hit that like button if this was helpful. Subscribe if you're new and check out @Camber Fitness at Instagram. I'm training for my next powerlifting meet that's in about 4 weeks. I'll be using these Radic shoes in it and see if that helps at all. And yeah, just finished up deadlifts here with these Radics. Worked great, no slippage, great grip, felt stable, and looking forward to getting close to 500 pounds hopefully. So we'll see y'all in the next one.